throughout the end of the season, really throughout the year, KD never shut down any of the rumors that he was leaving Golden State. Him returning to the Warriors has always been a yeah, right thing. And he has not squashed any of that. And I think there's a reason for that. I think he is ready to leave. And I don't think that the injury changed that. Not if everybody's still lining up to give him the money that he wants. I don't think suddenly that the injury changed that. Which, by the way, Kevin Durant to the Brooklyn Nets changes the entire landscape of the NBA immediately. Kyrie Irving to the Brooklyn Nets does not. Kevin Durant does. Kevin Durant leaving to go to Brooklyn overnight makes the Brooklyn Nets a title contender. And that's the truth. That's even the truth with an F at the end. Because they already made the playoffs without KD. And granted, they had to sell some parts to create 2 max slots. But if Kevin Durant says yes to the Brooklyn Nets and nobody else signs, the Nets are immediately one of the best teams of the Eastern Conference. You would put them right there with the Bucks, the Raptors, depending on what happens with Kawhi, the Sixers, depending on what happens with their guys. But as presently constituted, you would put the Nets and Kevin Durant right in there with nobody else. But if KD goes, it's almost guaranteed somebody else is going with him because that's why they cleared the 2 max slots. Kyrie's going to say no to the Nets if KD goes there? Hell no. Tobias Harris, somebody else, Jimmy Butler, somebody else is going to the Brooklyn Nets if KD is there. Now, granted, Kevin Durant doesn't play next year, so I'm not putting him in the NBA Finals without KD. I'm talking about when KD's back on the floor. But it immediately changes everything overnight. So if this is the truth, if Kendrick Perkins knows something nobody else does, and that the Nets could outbid and outmaneuver the Knicks for KD, that is the ultimate black eye ever for the Knicks franchise. The ultimate. That is the biggest humiliation the Knicks could ever have. Because in February, they cleared Porzingis and everything else off their books, saying we're landing big fish here because we know something. We're clearing the deck because we know something. And if the Nets, who did not own their own draft pick for the last 6 years, are able to, within those 6 years, maneuver and get the big fish that the Knicks have put all of their eggs in the basket of, that's the greatest humiliation ever for the Knicks. Because the Knicks are supposed to have all the things that sell about New York. That they're New York's team, that they're Madison Square Garden, that they've got the legacy, they've got the lineage. And what are the Brooklyn Nets? And if the Nets really do land Kevin Durant this weekend, it upends everything we know about the Knicks-Nets relationship forevermore and who is now a real contender in the NBA. Again, it's when KD becomes healthy, but still, that'd be totally incredible. And Sean Marks, just by virtue of that, should win the next 3 NBA Executive of the Year awards because he would have done that with absolutely no assets.